Our year in review continues now with Michigan Senator Gary Peters. Take a listen as he talks about what he plans on focusing on in 2022.
Cybersecurity will certainly be a major focus for me. We have a lot more work to do. We've made some headway, but it is a major problem. We'll continue to do that. The other area, though, that I'm particularly focused on right now deals with problems in our supply chain. We're seeing that in increased prices across the board because of a supply chain that is trying to recover from a pandemic. But what it has really highlighted is that we can't be overly dependent on foreign sources of critical supplies and goods. Back in 2019, as chair of Homeland, or excuse me, at that time I was the ranking member, I put out a report that looked at drug shortages that we see at that time in 2019 in our country. And it was clear, a big reason for that is that we were overly dependent on foreign manufacturers for critical precursors to nearly all the drugs that we used. And actually in that report back in 2019, I concluded, I said, when there is a pandemic, the United States will find itself in a very difficult situation. Little did I know that actually happened 5 months after I put that report out. And we saw the supply problems with just masks and even things as simple as syringes and other kinds of equipment that's necessary for medical services. And it was clear that we have to onshore more of our critical products. I chair a subcommittee here in the Senate on surface transportation and ports and maritime industries. I held a hearing just last week looking at the kind of backups that we're seeing in our ports. We certainly need to strengthen our ability to handle cargo through those ports. And one of the findings is that we need to invest more in places like our Great Lakes ports. The incredible congestion that we're seeing on the East Coast can actually be best alleviated, and it came out in our hearing, if we get more cargo coming up the St. Lawrence Seaway and into ports in the state of Michigan. We need to invest in those ports. We have to treat ports in Michigan the same way we treat other ports around the country. And when we do that, I think there's an incredible opportunity for us to create great paying jobs and more economic activity in Michigan through that trade, while we also onshore more manufacturing. As a manufacturing state, we would also be a winner in that area. So it's clearly a win-win from an economic standpoint, from a job standpoint, and one that I will be laser focused on in the year ahead.
Well, still to come this morning, it's Debbie Sabanaw's turn. We'll hear from her next.